Hello students. Next we will see the next string class, that is string buffer. String buffer, it will supports the modifiable strings. Means on the string, whatever the changes you are going to apply, that will be not get applied. A new modified string will be the result. But in case of string buffer, whatever the changes you are going to apply, it will be directly affect on the original string. Okay, so here strings are going to represent the fixed length immutable character sequences. Means you are not able to change the length of the string, as well as you cannot modify the contents of the strings which you have declared it. In contrast to our string buffer represent the growable and writable character sequence. Means the length of the string can be changed, even the modification which you are going to apply, that will be applied on the strings there. String buffer may have characters and substrings inserted in the middle or appended to the end. String buffer, it will automatically grow to make a room for such additional, and often has more character pre-allocated than they are actually needed to allow the room for the growth here. So how we are going to create the string buffer? So the string buffer constructors are, the first one is without taking any parameters, that is the empty string buffer. Second one will be the, here you are going to specify the size, that is int size. Then initially if you want to give some contents to the string buffer, that will be specified here. Then next, if you want to specify some of the character sequences while creating the string, that you are going to pass as a parameter here. We'll see here the default constructor, the one with the no parameter, it is going to reserve the room for the 16 characters without any reallocation facility. Okay, initially the string buffer, it is going to allocate the memory of the 16 characters there. Okay, the second version, it is going to accept an integer argument, that is int size, that explicitly set the size of the buffer. Here explicitly you are going to set the size of the buffer. The third version, it is going to accept the string argument that sets the initial content of your string buffer object, and reserve the room for additional 16 more character without the reallocation there. Next, allocates the room for 16 additional characters when no specific buffer length is requested, because reallocation, it is a costly process in terms of time. Also, frequent reallocation can fragment the memory. So by allocating room for the few extra characters, string buffer reduces the number of reallocation that it will take place. The fourth constructor creates an object which is going to contain the character sequence contained in the chars, and reserves the room for additional 16 more characters. So those are the four constructors which will be used for creation of the string buffer there. The next is length and the capacity, the methods which will be applied on the string buffer. The current length of the string buffer, it can be found by the length method. Here it is going to return the number or the total allocated number of characters present in the your given string buffer. Okay, so while the total allocated capacity can be found through the capacity method. So how much capacity for that string has been allocated, that you are going to find by using the capacity method there. So we will see one example here. See, here you have created one string buffer with the value as the hello. Okay, so we know that these strings plus additional 16 character will be allocated. Okay, so see here in the buffer, what is present, hello is buffer. What is the length of the buffer? So 5 characters, only 5 characters has been present, so length will be 5. What is the capacity? That is 5 plus 16, so that will be the 21 there. Okay, these 5 characters of your hello plus 16 more characters will be there, so that capacity of your buffer will be 21. Then ensure capacity is there. If you want to pre-allocate room for a certain number of characters after a string buffer has been constructed, you can go for the ensure capacity to set the size of the buffer. Means here see, by default the 16 character will be allocated for any string object. Now you want to change the capacity of your string buffer. In that case, you are going to use the ensure capacity. This is useful if you know in advance that you will be appending a large amount of small strings to a string buffer. Dot string ensure capacity has this general format. Say ensure capacity into the minimum capacity. So here minimum capacity, it is specify the minimum size of the buffer there. Then next is set length is there. To set the length of the string within a string buffer object, use the set length. Its general form is shown here. Set length with the integer value length. Okay, so length is, it is going to specify the length of the string. So this value must be a non-negative. When you increase the size of the string, null character as will be added to the end. If you call set length, the values are less than the current value written by the length there. Okay. Next method is character add, that is char at and the set char at. The value of the string char can be obtained from the string buffer by the char at method. Even we can set the value of the character within a string buffer using the set char at. Their general forms are shown here. Char at into where, set char at into where, and the char ch. Okay, for char at, where specifies the index of the character being obtained. For the set char at, where specify the index of the character being set, and ch, it will specify the new value of that character. For both methods, where must be a non-negative and must not specify the location beyond the end of the string. The following example, it will demonstrate the caret and the set caret. Okay, so just see here we are creating one string buffer with the value hello. Then the buffer before, without performing any changes. Okay, so just hello is there. So next I want to access a character which is present at the first position. So char at the 1. So here it is the E. Then set the char at the position 1. You have to set it with the I. Then set the length to the 2. Then the before after modification, the condition will be here. E will be replaced by I and the length will be only 2. 1 and 2 will be displayed. Now character at the position 1 will be the I. So this is the example and explanation for the char at and the set char at. Okay. So in the final example, they may ask to explain the char at and the set char at method. So in that case, you have to write the syntax of the char at and the set char at method, and you have to give this example, and with this output you have to explain it. The next is get chars. To copy a substring of a substring buffer into an array, you are going to use the getChars method. It has this general form. Void getChars, int source start, int source end, character target, and the int target start is there. So source start, it will specify the index of the beginning of the substring, and the source end, it will specify the index that is one past the end of the desired substring. This means that the substring contains the character from source start through the source end minus of 1. The array that will receive a character is specified by the target. The index within a target at which the substring will be copied, it is passed in the target start. Then care must be taken here to ensure that the target array is large enough to hold the number of characters in the specified substring. Then the next method is your append method, which will be used to concatenate the string representation of any other type of data to the end of the invoking string of buffer object here. So there are three forms are there. The first one will be the append the one string to the another. Second will append the integer number and append the object there. The string representation of each parameter is obtained often by calling the string value of method there. The result is appended to the current string buffer object. The buffer itself, it is written by the each version of append. This allows subsequent classes to be chained together. Okay. So class, we'll see one example. So class append demo is there. Here you are going to create declare one string object. Int a is equal to 42, string buffer sp is equal to new string buffer with the size, the capacity of 40. So sp dot append a is equal to dot append a dot append exclamatory mark, and that everything should be converted into the string. So here a is equal to, okay, append a, okay, here 42, in the integer value 42 is there, so a is equal to 42, and that should be appended with the exclamatory mark, and everything should be converted into the string, because here a is the integer value, so that should be converted to the string. Then the next method is insert method. The insert method is insert one string into the another. It is overloaded to accept the values of the all the primitive types plus strings, objects, and the characters sequence. Like append, it obtains the string representation of the value it is called with. Then this string is then inserted into the invoking string buffer. Even it has the three formats: insert, index, string object, character, and the object is there. So at the given position you are going to insert the value, whereas the append will be appended at the end of the each string there. So here index, it will specify the index at which point the string will be inserted into your invoking string buffer object. We'll see the example. So I have one string buffer with the string as I Java. Now I want to insert a word called like, okay, at the position 2. So just I have to call the insert. Here index will be at the index position 2, and which word you want to insert, like, yeah, like a. Then you have to call this one ESP. So see the output here. Initially it was I Java. Now you have inserted like in this second position. So now you are going to get the output as I like Java there. Okay. Next is reverse method. Even we can reverse the characters within a string buffer object using the reverse method. String buffer reverse is there. This method, it will returns the reverse of the object on which it was called. The following program, it will demonstrate the reverse there. So I have the string buffer contains at A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, so SOP of yes is there, then just I am going to call the reverse method. SOP of yes is there. So here is the output which is produced by the program. Okay, then next is delete and delete char at is there. Okay, so even we are able to delete a character within a string buffer by using the method delete and the delete char add. These methods have the syntax as, see here, the first one will be the delete. Here the start index to the end index, that complete range you are going to give, that complete range will be get deleted. Then if you want to delete a character from the particular position, that time you have to call the delete char add, and just you have to give a location there. So just here the delete method, it will delete a sequence of characters from the invoking object. Here start index specify the index of the first character to remove, and end index specify any index 1 past the last character to the remove. Thus the substring deleted runs from start index to the end index -1. The resulting buffer object is returned. Whereas the delete char at this method, it is going to delete a single character at the index which has been specified by the parameter LOC there. Okay, we'll see the example. I have a string object as this is a test. Okay, now I want to delete sp dot delete from the starting point 4 to the 7. Okay, this is the delete from 4 to 7. Okay, so after this a test. See, fourth 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4 to 7 means 4 to 7 minus 1, 6. So, from this space to IS, 3 character will be deleted. So, output will be this a test. Okay. Now, I want to delete a particular character at the, so here location will be 0. So, here T will be get deleted. HIS a test. See here, the second delete char at method, it will be applied on the modified text, not on the original, because string buffer, whatever the modification you are going to apply, it will be applied on the original text itself only. The next is replace method. We can replace one set of character with the another set inside the string buffer object by calling the replace. So replace start index to the end index, and here you have to pass the string object there. Here also same thing, the start index it will start from the start, with the end index it will be end index minus 1 is there. So same example I am going to take, this is the test. Okay, so I want to just replace this with the was. Okay, so whereas this it will start with the fifth to seventh, see 0 1 2 3 4 5 5 is in the fifth position, I is there, so 5 6 and the 7, so each should be replaced with the was. So see, this was a test. Then next is substring. Okay, so substring is there. Substring method, here you are going to access the substring from the main string. First form will be the start index, so here you are going to specify the starting index, the ending will be the end of your string minus 1 will be there. And if you want to access a particular range from the start from your main string, that time you have to specify the start index and the end index. Okay, so these are the some of additional string buffer methods which are available for your string buffer class. Okay, we'll see the next is index of method. How the index of, already we know that index of it is going to return the first occurrence of the given string. Last index of it is going to return the last occurrence of the string. Okay, then we'll see the last class, that is the string builder is there. So here JDK5 it is going to introduce the string builder. It is relatively recent addition to our Java string handling capabilities. String builder is similar to string buffer, except that one important difference, it is not synchronized, which means that it is not thread safe. The advantage of string builder is faster performance. However, in case in which the mutable string will be accessed by the multiple threads and no external synchronization is employed, we must use the string buffer rather than the string builder. Okay.